Hey guys, welcome back. It's Neon. I'm here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And yeah, we're going to give you your daily Disney video.
That's right, your daily dose of Disney.
Daily dose of dismal Disney.
It's like, do you want that orally or do you want that?
Rectally, would you like the oral Disney? Yeah, so anyway, we're going to talk about Galaxy's Edge. Again, the reason we're talking about it is we're looking at the domino effect, the cascading effect of Galaxy's Edge's failure. And I'm sorry, Disney defenders, people are out there like, oh my God, it's not a failure. Yes, it is, because we're seeing unheard of discounts and freaking out at Disney World that we haven't seen in quite a while.
To be fair, I don't think it's just Galaxy's Edge. I think it's just Disney has reached peak financial levels for a lot of people. Like, I don't think it's just Galaxy's Edge. And Galaxy's Edge is the cherry on the poop flavored sundae. It's just, you know, a lot of things, and that is what's toppling it over. Yeah,
so they you know, people have wondered for years, they've speculated, you know, when is Disney going to cost too much for the average middle class family?
Guess what? They found it.
They found it this year. Congratulations, Disney. You found it. So anyway, what could potentially happen now is Disney could be in big trouble because they're building all kinds of new hotels.
Oh my gosh. DVC.
We're going to talk about that later in the video. They're slashing prices on a hotel, a deluxe hotel.
That hasn't even opened yet.
Hasn't even opened. They're slashing the prices on it because the bookings aren't there. They built this hotel thinking they were going to milk the guests who were coming to Galaxy's Edge. Blue or green.
Sorry, that sounds wrong.
Blue or green, whichever milk you want. But they were going to milk these guests.
They wanted the green.
They wanted the green, and they're not getting it.
They want to leave you blue, but take the green.
So now they want to leave you in the red, is what they want to do. So now they're slashing the prices on this hotel like 40%. They're desperately trying to get people to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, which traditionally there has never been a problem selling tickets to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween, but now they're pushing it because the ticket sales aren't where they want them to be.
Well, I'm going to recommend you go to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween because I love it. I mean, that's one thing you will hear me say is really awesome. I do love it. Last year, it was so crowded. It was awful. This year, it sounds like you're going to have no problem. However, tomorrow is already sold out. But go ahead.
Yeah. So, well, it's first day of October, so that's to be expected. But it's bad. All the media has picked up on it. A lot of people that don't even cover Disney have picked up on it. A lot of financial analysts have picked up on it. Something is definitely up as we get closer to the end of Disney's fiscal year, which is today.
Yes.
The books close today. This is the end of Disney's fiscal year, and you're going to see some really weird stuff going on.
Break out the popcorn.
Break out the popcorn. I think in the next 2 or 3 weeks, you're going to see some really weird stuff. We saw last week, they had a major management change at the top of the parks. Yeah. They're cutting back staffers who work as live entertainers. They're cutting back hours on some of their different events and attractions, etc. And we're going to see a lot of really weird stuff going on. So before we get into this video, there's a lot to talk about. Before we get into that, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. It's actually very important that you do. This is how we get found in YouTube, because YouTube keeps changing their algorithm. Everybody keeps changing their algorithm. Facebook's changing their algorithm. Everybody's changing everything. Everybody's changing everything. So the best way to help us get found is to please subscribe if you haven't done so. Thank you. Thank you to all of you who watch our videos over the last year. It's been pretty cool.
Yes, really so thank you, and tell your friends and share.
Tell your friends, tell your family, tell everybody. All right, so Disney won't let Galaxy's Edge fail. We're going to lead with this article from The Motley Fool, because The Motley Fool has been called it out for weeks. They're like, this is not a good look for Disney. Oh, look, the stock's dropping. Oh, that's not good for us. Anyway, so executive shuffles and the media blitz suggest that things are far from grand at its theme parks. Disney can't afford to not succeed, but it's just channels like CLOWNFISH TV.
Yeah, the haters.
The haters that say bad things when bad things aren't actually happening. Yeah, things are fine.
If things are good, I'll say things are good. If things are bad, I'll say things are bad. I don't play this whole, lying. I don't get any benefit from that. So I'm just going to tell you the truth. So there you go. Yeah,
so The Motley Fool and many other theme park sites have been saying that something is amiss.
Theme park sites like Pirates and Princesses .net, at piratesandprincesses.net.
We're going to talk about that.
Which I own.
Your daily dose of direct Disney. So there's plenty of real and anecdotal evidence suggesting that Star Wars Galaxy's Edge is off to a less than rousing start at both of Disney's parks.
Both.
Both of them. Everybody's like, oh, Disneyland's an anomaly. Disney World is going to do so much better. The 14-acre expansion that opened at Disneyland in May and Disney World last month ahead of Labor Day holiday weekend doesn't seem to be generating the same kind of attendance spike that folks were expecting. Investors and theme park buffs alike have been watching the situation closely since Disney revealed a surprising attendance decline. That was last quarter. Wait for this quarter, but guys, this is going to be good. During its fiscal third quarter that include the first 5 weeks of operations for Galaxy's Edge in Disneyland. The nearly identical expansion at Hollywood Studios in Florida that launched in late August was supposed to go differently, but 3 months of lessons learned between the two openings have apparently not solved the problem.
No.
Disney learns nothing. They don't learn. This is a problem, and it's a problem with their culture, and we'll talk about that when we get through some of this. If folks aren't coming to the parks now when the economy's humming along for the most part, how many cobwebs will the Turnstiles collect if recessionary fears play out? What's going to happen if there's a recession?
Yeah, it's gonna hit it harder with and then and unfortunately the ones who are going to get hit the hardest are the cast members. They're the ones who are going to be the ones who see their hours cut, see their jobs gone. They're the ones who are going to take the big hit for people that are higher up, being tone deaf to what people want.
Well, that's just it, because a lot of times, the underlings at Disney actually point out problems. They're like, look,
they point them out to us.
Yeah, they point them out to us. Disney management and this is a cultural thing, okay? This is, having talked to and worked around Disney people for years. In more recent years, they basically tune out the bad news. If you want to deliver bad news, you have to put a spoonful of sugar with it to get them.
You said a spoonful of
a spoonful of shit helps the propaganda go down.
Yeah.
And that's just it. They don't want to hear truly bad news like, hey, your house is burning down. And Disney will be like, no, what's the positive? Well, at least the garage didn't catch on fire.
That's right.
And then they'll lead with that. Good news, everybody. Our garage didn't catch on fire.
Yeah, pretty much.
Headlines. They'll be on the parks blogs. It'll be everywhere.
Yeah, and if you want to, and all these places that, want to be up Disney's butt are doing this constant positive spin on everything. Even with, to the place where it's not even believable anymore because they're clearly not being objective. They're just there to kiss Disney's ass. So,
and that's just it. Oh, God, they're influencer, their army of influencers, which can't turn this around. This is a sinking starship. And speaking of which, we're going to talk about the hotels and what a colossally stupid idea that luxury hotel is going to be.
Which one, Star Wars one?
Yeah, Star Wars one.
I say which one?
So Disney's getting desperate. It's coming from the Motley Fool financial site. Disney's getting desperate, and it shows. Last week, Disney shuffled up the executive ranks at its theme park division, a sign that all is not well. They know what's going to be on the books. There's going to be a lot of red on the books this year, and they can't fake it because now they got accusations of.
That's what I'm saying. They can't. If
smoke
they
and mirrors.
were doing smoke and mirrors, which.
Yeah.
If they were doing smoke and mirrors, they can't. They have to be extra careful now because everybody's watching them, so they cannot do the sleight of hand and to trick people like oh no it's fine.
Yeah. Disney used to be very good at juggling the books around, and I think after that SEC
that's what I'm saying,
whistleblower, we're gonna. I mean, it might actually this quarter might be a huge eye-opening thing for employees and God forbid stockholders, but it's.
Well, I'm hoping it's an eye-opening thing for people higher up. They pull their heads out of their rear ends and start paying attention. And
Iger's he's gonna float away in his golden parachute in another couple of years, a year or two. He's just gonna be like, "Yep, I'm out of here. You deal with it. The house is burning down.
He lit it. He's gonna jump off."
And I have been saying for well over a year now, Disney is putting everything in this streaming service. They're betting heavy on the streaming service, and then they're like, oh, that's okay. We can spend as much money as we want on the streaming service because the parks are always going to perform. That's not happening.
No.
So there goes you're going to have to bust the piggy bank open. They might actually have to go borrow some money for a change. So back to fixing the Motivaire. So Disney is just going all out at this point to shake the consumer mindset that Galaxy's Edge is a failure. But it is. This is just the first phase. As Star Wars Rise of the Resistance, the more anticipated of the two rides, won't open for a few months.
Right. That's one of the biggest problems. If people are going to go, they're going to wait until that opens too. I'm not saying that's going to fix it, but I'm saying I think you might see an uptick in attendance, at least for a little while when they open the Rise of Resistance, because people are going to come in when they can have the entire thing finished.
Yeah, I mean, that is part of it. And again, that's just greed and arrogance on Disney's part, because they thought they could open half a theme park expansion and people would just come in anyway. Mm-hmm. So, what's happening now is now they have to backpedal, and Bob Iger looks really stupid because he just got done saying they didn't need to advertise it at all.
Yeah, that's what he said.
So they weren't really advertising it that much until after Disneyland failed, and at that point, people were already making their plans for the year.
But they're advertising it like hell now. I can't tell you how many people keep telling us to listen to our videos and they keep getting Disney ads.
Yep. Well, here they admit this in Motley Fool.
Oh, do they?
Yeah. In a humbling change of heart, the same media giant that figured it wouldn't have to spend much in marketing to promote the new land is now aggressively advertising Galaxy's Edge. Over the past few days, the Galactic theme park expansion has taken over
we knew about that.
Has taken over Disney's media properties with plugs on ABC, Disney Channel, and even ESPN.
ESPN, that's so funny.
The marketing missives have hit a few speed bumps along the way. Thursday's takeover of ABC morning talk shows was preempted by the testimony of the acting director of National Intelligence about the whistleblower. Speaking of whistleblowers.
Yeah, that did.
The first plug for Galaxy's Edge on Live with Kelly and Ryan was barely audible. And Ryan was even like, how much?
His face says it all.
Ryan, who's a multimillionaire.
Looks like a Muppet.
He does. They own that, too.
Yeah, no, I mean, just that picture. That's not a good picture of him.
He looks very sad. He just looks
like, okay, then.
Well, I think she just got done saying, hey, this is a $17,000 package. And he's like, oh, my God. And this is coming from a guy who could afford it
could totally be $17,000 if it turns out that you're staying at the Riviera, which we're going to get there.
We're going to get there. Well, I don't know. It might only be like $12,000 now. So the Disney-owned media takeover concludes with the Celebrity Stack 2-hour special on Freeform.
Oh, yeah, that was last night.
On Sunday night. That was nice.
I didn't watch
it. A 2-hour commercial. Now, to be fair, that's not unusual. Disney, when they have big attractions, historically they've done it.
They've done this for years.
Yeah, but to put on Freeform, which is like the ass end of the Disney Empire.
Yeah, I wouldn't have done that.
It's like the Tatooine of the Disney Empire. Just nobody watches Freeform.
No, it's Batu.
It's Batu. Nobody's even heard of it. It's not even Tatooine. Tatooine people have heard of. Batu, nobody's heard of. I'm waiting for people in the parks to be like, are we on Tatooine? Is that where this is? There's a lot of sand here. With the parks heading into a seasonal lull in the coming months, the last-minute dash for media attention is probably more about shoring up telltale holiday bookings, which are not good, and we're going to talk about that. None of this means Galaxy's Edge is a failure. Oh, no, I think it does. Even if
it does yet. I think it's failing now. I think I'm going to hold judgment on that completely until I see what happens with Rise of the Resistance. However, at this point, it has been, in certain ways, it has been a failure. I mean,
it was a premature jump to light speed.
Yeah, I'd say that.
I think they should have just honestly given it another year, and
up till now, it has been a failure.
Yeah, it has been, and they were look. There have been other misfires at Disney. To be fair, there have been other misfires at Disney until they found their footing with it. Even Animal Kingdom. I mean, Animal Kingdom was kind of like, at first it was like, what the hell are they doing? Mm-hmm. You know? And, Epcot was a failure, but it took it took years and took some massive rethinking and adding the festivals and all this other stuff to kind of make it.
I always loved Epcot, so.
But I'm just saying, like, this isn't unusual. It's just that in this case, it could have been avoided if they just freaking waited a year, based it on the original trilogy. Oh, and not ruin the Star Wars franchise.
Yeah, I mean,
that would have helped.
I mean, not ruin the Star Wars franchise is probably the key, the absolute key to this whole thing.
Yeah, so they're talking about people buying all this stuff, and so this is all a doom and gloom article. I love how they do this. It's all doom and gloom until we get the very last paragraph.
We got to keep our media access, so.
Got to keep the media access. Folks calling the new land a failure because parks aren't crowded or the lines for the high capacity smugglers run.
It's not that high capacity.
It's not crowded because everybody who wants to ride it can ride it 3 times. Honest.
Yeah.
Honest. People are missing the big picture.
Wait, it's high capacity now. Whoa, 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 whoa. Back before it opened, we did videos before on another thing we used to work on about the fact that we were worried that we're going to have capacity issues because each cabin only can hold so many, and they only have so many cabins per the ride system. So it is not that much of a high capacity attraction.
Somebody said in one of the comment section, they said they think it actually pushes through about 2,000 people an hour. The problem is, out of those 2,000 people, only about 500 of them actually enjoy their ride because they're in the front seat. Everybody else is stuck in the back and they can't do anything. So,
yeah,
so it's a revenue per capita is probably on the rise because $200.
Yeah, and they keep raising prices. They just raised the prices at Disneyland and Oga's to match the inflated prices at Walt Disney World on the drinks.
Yeah, and then look, how many people are buying the droids? They have to run the droids outside the droid shop. Because people aren't lining up to buy them. They have to lure people in. They do that when they're luring people in. It's just like when they get the little bubble blowers. And they're like, come on, kids, buy a bubble blower.
You know what, though? But everybody's listening to this and they're like, we know this already. Why do you tell us it's new? Okay. What are you going to tell us this new?
Okay.
Everybody knows this already.
Okay, well, they're basically saying, well, wait until Rise of the Resistance opens.
Which is what we've been saying, too. So there's nothing new here. Where's the newness?
I don't know if that's going to fix it. But
I don't know either. I'm waiting to see. But go ahead. Where's the newness?
The newness. Okay, so we're talking about the impact that Galaxy's Edge is having on future bookings. Not really good because they're building this brand new, very expensive hotel.
It's right on the Skyliner line. You know, if you can get right on and off at the Skyliner, right. Takes you right into Hollywood Studios. Yeah, it hasn't opened yet. It's going to open December 16th. But right now, if you're a Disney Visa card holder, you can get up to 40% off. They don't really tell you what it is. You have to call, and you have to tell them you want to use this deal, and then use your Visa card to pay the down payment. And you have to stay. The Visa card holder has to stay in the room as well. So I don't really know what that translates to. It says up to 40%. Who knows what the hell that is?
This means that they're not booking these rooms.
Big hotel. It's supposed to be a big deal opening.
Yeah, we're going to talk. This is the Riviera. The Riviera, they knocked down. They had moderate resorts. We'll talk a little bit about that and how Disney is getting very greedy with the hotels. Disney knocked down like half of Caribbean Beach.
They did. It knocked a bunch down.
Their moderate resort, they were affordable rooms for most people visiting. To put up another DVC, Disney Vacation Club, very expensive, very exclusive resort that, like Geeky said, is on the Skyliner line. It takes you directly to Hollywood Studios. So the thought process building this to make sure it was open around the time of Galaxy's Edge was, we're going to have all these people coming. Let's build a really expensive resort and put them on the Skyliner and take them right into Galaxy's Edge, and they'll go buy $200 lightsabers and $100 droids. And now they have to slash prices.
It's not even opening until December 16th, and they're already cutting prices before it opens.
And the bookings have been open for months, because I remember working on the other blog like 6 months ago, they were taking bookings for this resort. So it should be full.
Right, because it's going to be opening. And here's some pictures of up to 40%. Okay, here's the details. So you have to call, and you have to tell them you're using this deal, right, to be able to use it. And you can use your Disney Visa card or your Redemption Rewards card to pay the deposit. The card holder has to stay in the room. It's non-transferable. It's an additional charge per adult. If more than 2 adults are there, it could be additional charges. It cannot be combined with any discounts or promotions, and you must book by February 14th. However, where I get down here, I'm saying about what's interesting to me is I looked at the prices of the rooms. And depending on the time of year you go, if it's value, if it's not, or whatever, depending on the size of the room, they run anywhere between $340 up to like $3,700
per night.
So 40%, it's still like, holy shit.
It takes it down to just a mere $2,000 a night.
So, I mean, that might be like, oh, wow, it's a good deal. And for those who want to go, and we're going to go anyway, okay, yeah, that's great. You can save 40%, so that saves you some money. Good on you for getting the discount. I do recommend also Disney Visa card, because I use it all the time to get free stuff, and it's great. But I'm not paying that much money. I'm sorry,
no.
I'm not. And they're like, why are our rooms? It's the Riviera. It's on the Skyliner. It's impressive and it's beautiful and it's all these things. Why aren't we booking up the rooms? Because you're too damn expensive.
Yeah.
Why stay there when you can just go down the street or go down to Disney Springs and pay like $100 a night?
Yeah, if you're going to the parks, anyway, a lot of people, like, you always tell people, it's like, if you're going anyway, why pay through the nose for a hotel room you're only going to sleep in?
Well, you're on the Skyliner route. Guess what? Anybody who wants to ride the Skyliner can ride the Skyliner. You don't have to stay at the hotel to do it. So
there have been a lot of people complaining about them building all these vacation club, resorts, and of course, the vacation club, their timeshares. You've got to shell out, $20,000 to $100,000 to join this vacation club, but they also rent the rooms out to people individually, which tells me that not a lot of people bought into this one. They've got all these rooms, ready to go, but they're also building another one, another high-end resort over where
River Country.
Yeah, it's over by
River Country.
River Country and Magic Kingdom. So they're building another one. But
that's gone now. In case anyone wants to know, they don't know what River Country was.
Yeah.
It was the old water park from way back in the day, and they took it out. It was sitting there empty. So now they're putting a hotel there, DVC.
So what they're not doing is building values and moderates. Okay, you want to talk about Disney pricing people out? They're not building affordable hotels anymore. They used to build moderate resorts and values. They're not doing that. Even the value resorts have crept up in price. Pop Century is expensive. I think where they're going to have a huge failure is when that Star Wars hotel opens. You can't drive people to Galaxy's Edge to buy your $200 lightsabers. You're not going to talk them into a $3,000 or $4,000 a weekend LARPing.
Most people don't even know what LARPing is.
They don't even know, or they're going to be freaked out. They're going to be like, "Oh my God, there's aliens coming up and trying to talk to me and weird stuff." I don't know. It might for the Star Wars diehards, but I'm like, even the Star Wars diehards, they have to be rich Star Wars diehards.
Yeah.
And again, a lot of the stuff that's coming to that very expensive hotel was initially promised for Galaxy's Edge, and they cut back. Are they still going to go through? I have to wonder, are they still going to go through with building this hotel? Because Disney has actually broke ground before for expensive resorts and pulled the plug on them. Disneyland, they tore.
Well, they're already building it. It's already being built right now.
I
know it is. I've seen pictures. It's already in progress.
I give it a year or two until they turn it into something else, or they open it up to everybody and cut the LARPing out, because that is way too much money.
Yeah, well, it is being built. I know for a fact it is being built.
So people are, they're concerned that the business is down. And here we have people from other travel agencies.
Oh yeah, because the travel agencies are freaking out. I know they are.
Yeah, so travel advisors reporting opposing views about long-term impacts in booking Disney vacations. Our Disney business is down. We believe it's in large part due to the overhype, said Scott Travis, CEO at Globe Getaways in California. People want to visit the new attractions, but they're waiting until after the new attraction opens. And the perceived lines die down. I don't think that's a problem now. People got gun shy for Avatar. I don't know about that. People still line up for Avatar.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, some of the travel agents are saying Galaxy's Edge isn't going anywhere, so why not wait? And I think a lot of people are going to wait until all of these expansions are done. I mean,
that is going to be like nuts.
Yeah, I think some people are going to push off their Disney vacations until like 2022. And Disney, I don't know if they're prepared for that. They seriously think as soon as they open something that they're going to open the floodgates and all these people are going to pour in. And they expect, I think in their mind, they were like, Avatar isn't as big as Star Wars as a cultural phenomenon. It did big business at the box office, and then it kind of faded from memory. And look how many people we got to show up for Avatar. So multiply that times 20 for Star Wars. We're even going to build new hotels and everything to get these people in there. And they're not coming.
Well, this is interesting too. This one person had this comment to say, and I thought this was kind of interesting. This Rita Perez, owner and travel advisor at Rita Ventures in Orlando, puts partial blame on Disney World's Galaxy's Edge August opening date. Summer vacation are already finished for about half the country by the end of August, and especially for the locals. We're planning. Yeah,
well, again, I think it should have opened next year, and I think they should have had both rides open.
Agreed.
Opening
100%.
It actually hurt them. It actually hurt them tremendously to open it early. I don't know what I know what they're thinking. They're thinking it's going to print money, and that's it.
Well, this person's talking about the excitement. He said, this one person at DWB Vacations said, we have not had any huge rush to visit from our clients. In fact, our fall is down compared to years past, partially because we had clients move their dates up to avoid the opening.
Wow.
So, I mean, it goes on with a bunch of different agencies. There's a lot of them.
Yeah. That's interesting, though. When you have travel agents come out and say this is a failure, when you had Pete Werner, who is the top
number one,
the top Disney travel agent in the country, coming out and saying something is very, very wrong here, you know, then you'd better listen. And we've got multiple travel agents saying
now when you have
it's
Disney
bad.
freaking out and offering 40% off, you know, deal with their Disney Visa cards, offering 40% off on hotel that hasn't even opened yet. And then this.
Yeah, this is unusual too. Now, they do usually promote Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party in the parks.
They promote it in the hotel, so I've seen kiosks, but I mean, I've seen banners, but not this.
Yeah, because they asked people why they put these up, and they said it was a knee-jerk reaction. They basically said that the sales are slow for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. Of course they are, because there's nobody there to go. So they're prompting a salesman kiosk pilot program at Magic Kingdom area resorts, and they're talking about all the resorts that have these little... So they have basically people there that will sell you tickets in the hotel. Salesman kiosk. And they said why they put these kiosks there. They said, according to cast members we spoke to, this is coming from blogmickey.com.
I recommend Blog Mickey a lot.
Yeah, they're actually really good. This is a limited time pilot program to see if they can sell more tickets to guests at the 3 area resorts. In addition to the kiosks, there are child-sized walk-in photo ops near the kiosks. So they want the kids to lure the kids and, hey, get your picture taken with Halloween Mickey.
You want to go trick-or-treat with Mickey and get candy? You want candy? Tell your mom and dad you want candy.
Psst, you want a candy bar? Do you want a Baby Ruth?
Do you want a bag full of candy? Tell your mom and dad you want to go. Which I do recommend Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween. It's like my favorite one. I love it. And apparently the crowds are down. So you should do that.
Yeah, this is crazy because normally when they do kiosks like this, it's for like the vacation club. You know, like high-end stuff. If they have any promotion for Not So Scary Halloween Party, it's like some booklets. You know, maybe they put them at the front desk or something, but not like this. Not where they actually have people that will sell you tickets in the lobby.
Well, and you know what's going to be harder to sell tickets too? Because now we're in October, the prices go up considerably.
Yep.
They actually have different days at different prices. And now we're out of the cheap tickets and we're heading into the first was the last day of the cheap tickets. And now they're jumping up to over $100 a day a party. So now you're paying over $100 a night for the party.
Yeah, so this is turning into quite the storm here, and I love how Motley Fool tries to put a positive spin on it at the end. But everybody is noticing that Disney is in full-on panic mode, and I guarantee you, after today, since it's the end of the fiscal year, there will be unprecedented panic. I think it's going to be panic. You say Panic at the Disco, but this is
I can't wait to see
Panic at the Mickey Mouse Disco.
I can't wait to see the Magical Me influencers and how they're going to try to make this more about. Oh, it's great.
More about them, yeah.
It's great.
So I think Disney's they've actually hit the ceiling. I think they have, and you know, I think a lot of people are going to go to Nintendo. But you know, we talked about.
We forgot to mention the one important thing about Galaxy's Edge.
What's the
Mara Jade.
Oh my God. Okay, so this is fine. This didn't really warrant some video. So, but yeah,
I was like, what?
Galaxy's Edge is in the crapper, and so is Mara Jade. So this is funny. Somebody found a reference to Mara Jade in the bathroom stall
Mara Jade
of Galaxy's Edge. In the bathroom stall, Mara Jade lives, written on a bathroom stall. That's almost like call Mara Jade for a good time.
Yeah, I was like, when I heard that, I was like, there's someone's joking. They're joking. And then you fool it. I'm like, no, they're not joking. Oh my God.
I mean, this is so now everybody instead of being like, you know, processing how demeaning it is to take a beloved character like that, beloved female character,
A ginger
female
character,
and reducing her to a joke in the bathroom stall. Everybody's now, they're like, does that mean they're going to do a Mara Jade show on Disney Plus? I'm like, no, dude, it sounds like for a good time call Mara. You know, this is really not a good look.
No, wait. It means they might do a show on Disney Plus. For a good time, call Mara at this number, and it's the number to join Disney Plus.
Oh God, yeah, for a good time. Hey, do you want to see more Mara? Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know what they were thinking. I mean, I get that it's kind of like a wink and a nod, but I'm also like, dude, like of all the references you could make to her, you put her freaking name on the bathroom.
I know, I'm so upset.
Mara Jade lives. I don't know. I think it's they could have done better. All the way around, they could have done better.
Well, they're saying now it's confirmation that she's canon.
Oh, she's canon
because she's in the toilet.
So you can take a shit with Mara Jade.
So now it's canon because her name's in Galaxy's Edge. So now it's canon. So does that mean they're going to do something with her? Because they put her name on the bathroom stall.
God, so stupid, so
So
stupid.
if I go write my name on the bathroom stall, do I get to be made into a show, or do I become canon?
You become canon.
I'm just like,
I'm a real girl now.
do I become canon for Star Wars?
Okay, so anything else we want to add to this?
No, I just wanted to make sure I didn't forget that because it was funny.
Yeah, this week is going to be very interesting. Again, Disney's fiscal year ends today, and they're already freaking out. Wait a week or two. All right, so we're going to wrap this one up. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants here on Clownfish TV. We'll keep on top of the Disney situation, and we'll kind of just, grab some popcorn and...
Yeah, popcorn it up.
Grab some popcorn. All right, goodbye. Hey guys, thanks for watching Clownfish TV. Please consider supporting the channel. Go to clownfishsupport.com. That's clownfishsupport.com. And if you want to join our community, go to clownfishtalk.com. That's clownfishtalk.com. Please subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. We will talk to you next time.